Hey guys, another beautiful day in the beautiful life. I hope you are doing well. I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're safeguarding your energy because your energy is precious. And I want to say it's your currency in this world. Yeah, so safeguard that like you would safeguard actual like money. Like seriously. Uh-huh. Um Two things that came to mind. The first thing was something I heard this morning. Suffering is a signal. What does that mean? Suffering, whenever you feel like you are suffering, whenever you are feeling any type of discomfort, that is the signal that something is off balance and not aligned, you know? Especially if you're looking at it from a physical, mental, or emotional angle. Yeah, so if you are suffering, that is the signal. And it's so funny. Well, it's not really funny, but I think most people have a tendency to hyperfixate on the suffering. Um, and I want to say it's good to, to a degree, to recognize and pinpoint the suffering, but it should be equally as important to find a remedy, you know? Yeah, a lot of people have a tendency to just fixate on like the suffering. It's just like, okay, well, you also, you also can create the remedy for yourself to ease the suffering. Um I want to say, I don't know, this isn't a well thought through thought, but I feel like the suffering, we produce our own suffering, guys. Again, not a well thought. Now think about it. Okay, so like for instance, if you are in the world and you're say you're irritated with a particular person that you have to interact with, or you're really upset because um, your expectations weren't met. Now, if you think about it, when your expectations weren't met or you're very irritated with a particular person, where are these feelings being generated? It's being generated from you, right? So you are the source of your suffering, and you can also be the source of your own remedy. Period. Period. Okay. Um, what else was I gonna say? Hmm. Oh, I was gonna say, so last week, for like a whole week, I was feeling a little, I'm not gonna lie, I was feeling shitty. I was feeling irritable. I was feeling like out of like sorts and tired and grumbly, and like I was being triggered by like the littlest things. And that's totally, I know for a fact that that's not my natural my natural state, because in my natural state I'm like cool as a cucumber. Like I'm not really complaining, I'm not really being triggered, I'm just kind of chilling, you know what I mean? So for me to be like irritated and like triggered, I was just like, what the fuck is going on, you know? And I was like, I took a step back and I thought about it. I'm like, okay, is this residual emotions coming to the surface that I haven't fully processed yet? Or did I catch an emotional contagion? That's what this video is going to be about. It's going to be about emotional contagions, guys. Um, yeah. What's an emotional contagion? What's an emotional contaminant? So, if you're an empath and you're highly sensitive to energy and you can feel it and you can absorb it, you know, yeah, I think if we have a weak emotional immune system and poor energetic hygiene, we're probably more susceptible to catching somebody's emotional contagion. And let me give you this example. So, as an empath, I'm pretty sure you enjoy spending a lot of time alone, a lot of time alone, you know? Um, I think you also enjoy nature because nature kind of like reminds you of your nature, and it also, I want to say, refuels and reharmonizes and brings you back into a state of homeostasis or equilibrium, right? When you're in nature, because it's natural, it's not unnatural. Yeah, so I don't know. I spend a lot of time by myself, so I know my energy. My energy is chill as fuck. Like really chill, really mellow, pretty non-reactive, just chilling most of the time, just in observational mode. And yeah, last week was not that. And I'm like, dude, I think I caught somebody's emotional contagion. So really quickly, I think I did take notes because I don't know, sometimes like I'm pretty absent-minded most of the time. So like if I don't like jot it down, I'm gonna like ramble your ear off until I get to my point. But let me like reference my notes, okay? Okay. So, hmm, the world doesn't need another exhausted empath. It needs empaths who are sovereign. Protect your energy. Make sure your emotional immune system is updated, up to date, so you don't catch anyone's contagion. Um, Also, you're here to be a lighthouse, not a sponge. I'm going to say that again. You're here to be a lighthouse, not a sponge. So, what I've noted, okay, and I don't know where you guys are on your leg of the empath journey, but I'm at a point where I'm kind of done with taking on other people's energy. And the best analogy I can give you right now is maybe like say you are a clean glass full of clean water because you spend most of your time purifying your water, making it clear, making it clean, like clear channel, you know what I mean? Then you go out in the world and you socialize and you come across like people who aren't doing that work. They're walking around with like pollutants, like a glass of polluted water, a dirty glass with polluted water. So when you interact with them, if you are not maintaining an energetic boundary, or you don't have good energetic hygiene, or you have a poor emotional immune system, you're going to catch the pollutants from their dirty cup. And then they're going to take your clean water and walk away and feel better while you feel really shitty. Yeah. Um, so it's really important to recognize that transfer, recognize the transfer. And when you recognize it, I think I've mentioned in other videos, very simple. Like, we don't have to complicate this. Recognize the transfer, take a step back, take a couple of breaths, and then flush it out, And what I do is I count down from three. So 3, 2, 1. I take a huge breath, release it. You know what I mean? Release it. Because you realize, like, okay, this is not mine. This is someone else's. I don't have to hold it. It's not my responsibility. Release it. Um, I want to say, like, I want to say a couple of things that are very useful to me when it comes to emotional hygiene as an empath. Just like how, like, every day you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to here's the other thing, brush your teeth. Eat, sleep, brush your teeth, drive your car or walk, whatever. Same thing with your energy. You have to make sure that you're constantly maintaining it. And a really easy, simple thing that I do daily is before I go to sleep and upon waking up, I'll just kind of lie in bed with my eyes closed, and I'll do a scan. Like, I'll scan like my body, I'll scan my like emotional like body, and I'll take note of things that feel blocked, blocked and locked, you can tell. You can tell, like, say, like, you can tell, dude. Like, if you give yourself time to look at yourself, you can, like, sense where there's blockage. Like, some people, like, a good example, like, some people who are lactose intolerant, when they drink milk, they can tell that their stomach is feeling like a sensation. It's getting, like, an emotional reaction. It's getting a reaction, a chemical reaction, right? So you can feel it in your body. You can feel, like, where things are tight, where there's, like, tension or pain. So you do a scan before you go to bed, upon waking up, and I want to say you do conscious breathing while you're doing the scan, and you send the oxygen to, like, the physical part of the body so you can open it up. Yeah, oxygen contains life force or prana, and wherever you direct your attention, you can literally send the oxygen to that area and breathe into it until it releases. Like, you don't have to force it. Just do it as naturally as possible. Just, like, bring your attention to the place that is blocked and then breathe. And when I say breathe, like, a lot of people don't realize that they're not even breathing properly, myself not excluded. I mean, I think I was better at breathing when I was really, really, like, engaged in, like, my yoga practices and my meditation practices, but I've kind of fallen off that cart. But it's okay because every moment is meditation. But yeah, you want to breathe. Like, a lot of people just breathe, like, into the chest, like, they're very shallow breathers. But ideally, you want to breathe into your down into your chest and into your belly. I want to see you want to oxygenate from the root chakra all the way up to the crown. You know, and I don't know how you guys breathe, but I normally I'm blah, blah, blah. Can I talk? I normally do nostril breathing. Um, because I don't know, if you think about it, your nose, it has hair in there to kind of, like, filter out contaminants, you know? So it's kind of like a filtration system when you breathe through your nostrils. When you breathe through your mouth, it just goes straight, it hits straight into, like, your system. No, you want to kind of, like, breathe through your nose. And not only that, something about when you breathe through your nose, it also regulates the temperature as it, like, enters into your head. Then you want to, like I said, oxygenate from the root chakra all the way up. You know what I mean? And you got to do, I don't know, you don't have to do this, but intentional breathing, like, easiest one you can do is box breathing, which is like 4 4 4 4. So 4 seconds of inhalation, 4 seconds hold, 4 seconds exhalation, 4 seconds hold, and you want to repeat the process for it. I don't know, I want to say you can do it for as little as 30 seconds all the way up to, like, an hour, whatever's most comfortable for you. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you don't want to, like, force this, or else you're probably not going to want to it. But it's really good for your system, honestly. So yeah, in yoga, I remember, like, they said to send the breath to, like, parts that felt tense. And at first, I was like, "What are they talking about?" But then the more, like, for instance, if I had, like, a tense shoulder, I would consciously breathe, and I would literally hyper focus my concentration and attention on um, that area of the body, and then I would direct my breath in that area, and it would totally unlock it. But yeah, so box breathing. Let me show you. So inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, and repeat. Okay, so something like that, just do that for 30 seconds to 5 minutes. So side stories, I actually told a couple of friends about, oh, not really friends, but acquaintances, about box breathing. One of them had migraines during our work shift, and he told me that he needed to take a break and he needed to take some Advil. And I had suggested doing box breathing. I even showed him what I showed you. Like, I'm like, dude, you just inhale for 4 seconds through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds. So just do that for like 2 to 5 minutes and maybe you'll feel better. So, anyways, he goes on his break, and I think nothing of it because I never know if people are actually listening to me when I give them suggestions or if they just kind of like go, and, walk off. But, anyways, he comes back 20 minutes later and he looks at me with like a stunned look on his face. And he's like, oh my God, the breathing thing worked. And I said, oh, I'm like, it did? Yeah, because like I said, I don't know if people take my suggestions, honestly. Like, I've been so used to being around people who just don't like care to listen to anything I have to say that I just kind of like don't have any expectation. I say what I need to say, and if people apply it, cool. If not, no skin off my back. You know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, he came back and he was like, oh my God, I did the breathing and my migraine went away. And I was like, oh my gosh, cool. I'm like, did you take the Advil? He was like, no. He's like, I didn't have to take the Advil. I was like, yeah, that's great. I'm so glad that like you did it and you feel better. Another person that I knew had really high blood pressure. This person was in their 30s and they had the blood pressure that was equivalent to like a 70-year-old man. And I had suggested box breathing to this person, and this person did do it on the way to work. And when they went back to the doctor was kind of like baffled. They're like, "Oh, what did you do? What did you change?" And it was from the breathing. He regulated his. I'm sorry for the pauses and glitches, guys. He regulated his blood pressure from the breathing. So, like I said, oxygen contains life force prana, and if you consciously, I want to say, breathe, and you attentively send it to different parts of your body, yeah, you can unblock, unlock, and then you can get back into like, I want to say, a flow state. For me, I'm not gonna lie, I am not athletic. I fucking hate running. I hate anything with balls. I hate exerting too much energy for anything, guys. And that's why I think I liked yoga the best. And it's funny, people probably think yoga is easy. Let me tell you, it is not easy. Um, yeah, you have to like hold postures that are uncomfortable, and despite the pain, you just have to like, I want to say, like, sit with that discomfort and breathe through it. Yeah, I don't think most, like, like, I don't know what I'm trying to say at this point. Yeah, so for me, stretching and breathing to me is just as much of a workout as like going to the gym or running a marathon. I don't know. Works for me. Whatever works for you guys, whatever works for you. We're all individual people, and, tomato, tomato. We do what we want, whatever feels best. Oh, where was I going with this? Oh my God, I've been rambling for so long. I don't even know. Oh, yeah. Okay. So you can do energetic flushes before you go to bed, when, upon awakening. Yeah. Just kind of like breathe and do a scan. When you're out in public, recognize the transfer and flush it. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Create containers. Observation mode, not absorption mode. Observation mode, not absorption mode when you're out in public. Observation mode. You have an upset person standing in front of you screaming or throwing a tantrum. Observation mode, create containers for that person to exist in. But it kind of like creates like a shield from letting that contagion pour into you versus versus absorption. Like, if somebody was upset and they came in my presence, I'm like, oh my God, like, how can I help you? Let me help you regulate your nervous system. Okay. And then getting all caught up in their drama, and now you caught it. And then what do? 3, 2, 1. Flush. Or just create a container, you know, observation, not absorption. Yeah, observation, guys, just like this. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but visuals are like such a important component for me to absorb the information. You know, like for me, I don't know. I learned through firsthand experience or through like mirroring, you know, because we're like, we have so much mirror neurons. But yeah, that's the best way. So if somebody doesn't show me, like, I really don't know what you're talking about. Show me, and then like, I experience it firsthand. What else? La 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 la. You're here as an activation agent. You're not born to fit into broken systems. Remember who you are and help others to do the same. You're here as an activation agent, not born to fit into broken systems. Remember who you are and help others do the same. Yeah, I like to repeat things twice because I just feel like first time like it hits the ears, second time maybe like hits the mind. You know what I mean? Yeah, so just remember, shake it off, stretch, exhale, move. It resets your nervous system. I think that's the thing, guys. Your nervous system has to be regulated. Whenever you have a dysregulated nervous system, that's when like suffering becomes a signal. Wow, we came full circle there. I started it with suffering is a signal and we're ending it with suffering is a signal. Yeah. I don't know if you guys learned anything from this video, but if you did, cool. If you didn't, that's cool too. You know, tomato. Anyways, I spent 4 hours making these cards. So fun. I don't know what it is. I love like writing. I like cards and I like quotes. But before I end this video, I was going to pull a card for us to ruminate on. Wait, hold on. Yeah, the deck is so thick. I'm probably gonna like split it in half. What should we ruminate on? What should we ruminate on? what is what is something that we should remember or ruminate on today? Maybe you guys want to. I need to do the other pile, maybe. Mhm. Give us a message, please. Whoa! Wow, there's a lot of them. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going because that's too much. That was a lot. That was like pretty much the whole deck. It wants us to like. Here, I'm just gonna pick this one up. Everyone is not here to evolve. Some are here to show you what you'll become if you don't. Everyone is not here to evolve. Some are here to show you what you'll become if you don't. Balance can be used as a gauge to measure strengths or deficiencies within oneself. All of these fell, guys. I'm not gonna read them. I'm not gonna read them all. Probably just okay. Let's just do one more. One more. Your growth scares people who don't want to change. Your growth scares people who don't want to change. I'm gonna leave you on that note. Take care. Blessings to one and all. Amen.